I am really stoked about this record at number 38. This is probably one of my favorite songs on the countdown. A Lost 45, Billboard's Hot 100 the week of June 15th, 1963. Killer Joe by the Rockefellers. Now, it climbed to number 16. It dropped to number 19. 27, dropped to 34, and now it's down to 38 the week of June 15, 1963. The thing about the Rockefellers, they're a family group from the Philippines. And it was four brothers and their dad that moved here to America. And I'm trying to come up with the right word. They were the precursors. They anticipated the family bands like the Partridge Family. Well, they weren't a family band, but you get the point. The Partridge Family, the Cowsills, but specifically the Jackson 5 and the Osmonds of the late 60s and early 70s. And they were discovered by a guy, the Rockefellers were discovered by a guy named Stanley Kahn. He signed them to the Skepta record label. Oh, and that is a big, big deal. The Skepta record label, big label back in the early 60s. The Shirelles were having hits on the Skepta record label back in the early 60s. A guy, Burt Russell and Bob Elgin, they wrote the song Killer Joe, which they gave to the Rockefellers, and they cut it, they took it to number 16. Killer Joe was actually sort of a tribute. It was inspired by a dance instructor, the king of the discotheques. His name was Killer Joe Pyro, P-I-R-O. Killer Joe, great bubblegum pop record from 1963, and it's a shame that everybody's forgotten about this record. You won't hear this on the oldie stations. You might hear it on 50s on 5 on XM radio, and that's it. But here it is, Rockefellers, Killer Joe at number 38 on Billboard's Hot